In the previous video, we saw how to search for a property to buy. When buying a property, one should be aware of a few commonly used terminologies. Hi, welcome back to this channel. Let's go through the key terminologies one by one. The first one is the guide price. It is an estimated market value of a property that the seller and estate agent hope to achieve. It is based on the estate agent's knowledge of the local area, recently sold similar properties, and the overall property market. It is like the ballpark figure. Guide prices are commonly used when properties are being sold at auctions. A guide price could be a single figure or a range, or collectively known as average. The buyer can accept a little wriggle room when it comes to the price negotiations. The second terminology is the asking price. It refers to when the seller has specific minimum price in mind that they would like to receive from buyers within the sale of the property. The buyers are free to make offers lower than the asking price, but it generally indicates that the seller is not willing to accept much less. Sometimes it is possible that if the demand for the property is high, the offer price could be more than the asking price. The next terminology is an acronym, POA, price on application or price on asking. It is a way of disguising the asking price of a property when the seller wants to keep their property's price a secret and requires buyers to approach their estate agent to receive further details on price. It is a term you might often see if you're looking at the higher end of the property market. The POA tends to be used for more expensive or unique property types. The under offer terminology means that the property advert is marked as under offer. It means a potential buyer has put in their offer to the seller via the estate agent. The terms offers over and offers in excess of mean the vendor is looking for a price higher than the advertised price. Sold STC terminology means if a property advert shows as sold STC, it means that the property has been sold. It is subject to contract exchange by the seller and the buyer. The next terminology is gazumping. Once an offer has been accepted, the seller can still accept a higher price offer or a lower offer if a rival buyer is in a better position to buy. For example, if they are not in a property chain, if this happens, it is called gazumping. We then have the next terminology, Gazundering. This is the opposite of gazumping. This means when the buyer offers a lower price than they previously offered. And the next one is Gazungering. It means the seller leaves the buyer hanging or pulls out completely from the sale. It could be due to uncertainty in the property market or due to personal reasons. One thing to note is that until the exchange of contracts, both parties can pull out from the buying or selling process. The exchange or contract exchange basically means these are legal process documents. The sale is not legally binding until both the seller and the buyer exchange the signed contracts through their conveyancing solicitors or lawyers. This action takes place on a pre-agreed date by both parties' solicitors. The deposit is the money that the buyer is willing to put towards the total cost of the purchase price of the property. The mortgage, it is a loan given by your bank. The lender is a financial institution that provides the loan to the buyer. The mortgage advisor, also known as a mortgage broker, is an intermediary person between the bank and the buyer. They work with banks and the other financial institutions to find the best options for their clients' financing needs. A conveyancing solicitor. A conveyancing solicitor is a property lawyer who specializes in the legal aspects of buying or selling properties and can guide through the entire process. They will draft and review all the necessary legal documents involved in the property transaction. The mortgage interest rate. A mortgage interest rate is a percentage of the fee charged on a mortgage arranged by a lender, effectively the cost of borrowing the money. It may also involve any other applicable fees associated with the borrowing. The next one is also an acronym, the LTV, loan to value. It is a calculation used by lenders to describe the relationship between the outstanding mortgage balance and the market value of a property. It refers to the percentage of your property's market value that is being funded by your mortgage. For instance, let's say the buyer puts down 25% deposit on a property. So the buyer takes out a mortgage to cover the remaining 75%. The LTV, loan to value ratio, would be 75% because 75% of the home is being paid by the mortgage. The agreement in principle, or the acronym AIP, or decision in principle, DIP. An AIP or DIP is a confirmation from a mortgage lender of how much they are willing to lend the buyer for the application to see if they can get a mortgage. A few more words, guys. Please stay put. The mortgage offer letter. A mortgage offer is an agreement from the lender to lend the buyer the money for the property they want to buy. It's based on much more detailed affordability checks and evaluation of the buyer's chosen property. The buyer can only get a mortgage offer by completing the lender's mortgage application process via a qualified mortgage advisor. The term conveyancing. It is a process of buying or selling a property in the UK. This normally takes around 2 to 3 months, sometimes more, depending on the work involved in the buying or selling process. The contract exchange is when the legal work is finished and the contracts are signed. The buyer's solicitor will exchange them with the seller's solicitor, pay the buyer's deposit, and agree on a completion date. Once the contracts are exchanged, the purchase becomes legally binding. Completion. On the completion day, both sides' solicitors will make final checks and the buyer's solicitor will transfer the purchase money via the banking system to the seller's solicitor. Once the seller's solicitor has received the funds, they will confirm the completion with the buyer and release the keys via the estate agent. After completion, the buyer becomes the legal owner of the property. Yay! I hope this video has been very informative and helpful with your property buying process. And hopefully I haven't made you sleep. If I did, I'm very sorry, with all the key terminologies. All the best, and if you've liked and subscribed, please press the bell icon. And please like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye for now.